Several European Union nations had forecasted the City of London would struggle badly after Brexit, with banks, dealing rooms and asset managers relocating to other financial hubs throughout the continent. In February, just weeks after Britain completed its departure from the trading bloc, it was revealed Amsterdam had overtaken London as Europe's largest share trading centre as the Netherlands hoovered up billions of pounds of business from the UK. CBOE Europe data for January showed an average of €9.2 billion, £8.1 billion worth of shares each day were traded on Euronext Amsterdam and the Dutch arms of CBOE Europe and Turquoise, more than quadruple from the previous month. In a hammer blow to London, volumes fell sharply from over €14 billion, £12.3 billion, to €8.6 billion, £7.5 billion, knocking the UK from its standing as the main hub for the European market. But London has quickly reclaimed its crown as Europe's top share trading hub, recording an average €8.9 billion, £7.7 billion, of shares traded each day in June, compared with €8.8 billion in Amsterdam. This is a major boost to the UK's finance industry, which was largely excluded from the Brexit negotiations with the EU and was stripped of its EU passporting rights. Financial expert Matthew Lynn revelled in the UK reclaiming top spot from its European rivals, and writing in the Daily Telegraph, said, "Our main rivals on the other side of the Channel poured a huge amount of energy into destroying the City of London." Control of the continent's key financial centres was the one prize it wanted above all others, while losing all those lucrative jobs would be the killer blow that would make the British regret the decision. But in the last few weeks it has become clear that plot has failed, and failed badly. Mr. Lynn said no more than a handful of jobs have moved from the UK, and went as far to say the EU had played its hand very badly. He explained, there was a real threat to London's preeminence, but as so often the EU believed it could regulate its way to victory. Its strategy was all stick and no carrot, and that was never going to work. The UK has had a lucky escape, but right now it looks as if the city is safe. Mr. Lynn claimed that following the historic Brexit referendum in June 2016, the EU wanted to keep the UK close enough to control, while maintaining unity among its remaining 27 member states and squeeze as much money out of us on the way out as possible. He also explained the major errors the EU have made with this, primarily with EU officials and those from Paris and Frankfurt putting too much of their faith in rules and regulations. Mr. Lynn added if the bloc had simply imposed enough restrictions on trading and proposed the correct types of laws, financiers would have no choice but to move. The financial expert also said Paris, Frankfurt or Amsterdam could have made a really bold move by forming a financial free trade zone that would see lower taxes, less strict employment rules and lighter regulation. He concluded, but Brussels has long since forgotten that business needs incentives. It sticks rigidly to the dogma that threats are always enough. In truth, the EU has made a mess of this. It has failed to win any significant business from Brexit. And the continent's main financial centre, significant for a bloc that floats on a sea of debt, is now outside its regulatory orbit. Brussels has failed in lots of ways over the last couple of decades, from mismanaging the single currency, to stifling industry in red tape. But this will go down as one of the most glaring failures.